Good morning. I have just got up. I've got the good dressing gown on this time, so that's something. Yesterday I went to London and had such a good day. We went to see Elton John, me and two friends that have been my friends for absolute years. And I wanted to quickly touch on going to an event like a theatre or a concert and not drinking, which is of course what I do now. And yeah, it was actually really good to be completely sober throughout the Elton John event. He was with a lady called Brandi Carlisle, who I hadn't heard of. Apparently she's much more famous in America. She has an absolutely stunning voice. They sung some of their songs from their new album that they're releasing in a few days. And they also together sung some of his absolute classics. He did he didn't do Crocodile Rock. He did Benny and the Jets. Together they did Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. It was just absolutely amazing. Oh, he started off with Tiny Dancer. That was amazing. I loved that so much. I actually got emotional. I don't know why, but I have loved Elton John my entire life. And I absolutely appreciated it. Sober, yes, the alcohol would have maybe loosened me up a little bit more, but I didn't need it because it was a sit down event anyway. So it wasn't like I don't know, but it just felt more, I felt more relaxed about that. And it's interesting to watch my friends drink from a sober perspective and see the different stages. And I'm not saying one word about my friends. I'm not judging them in any way. They definitely drunk more than I do used to do most of the time. But it is just funny to see how they become a bit more emotional, a bit more excited, a bit more passionate, and all the other things as well. And I just felt really grateful that I wasn't drinking. So it was a really good thing. So that's the alcohol point of this video. My arm's aching. This is a big camera. Well, I'm weak. I'm very weak. Now what the point of the whole video is that we are going to go upstairs to my scales and I'm going to weigh in with you. So come along and let's see what my weight is after my second week on 2.5 milligrams of Mounjaro. Okay, so I just had a look on my phone, on my Renfo app, which matches my Renfo scales. And my last weight on Thursday, so we're on Thursday today, last Thursday the 20th, was 163 pounds, I think 0.4. And my starting weight was about 167. So let's see what we have today. Right then, so 160 pounds equals 11 stone, 4.5 I think it was when I just checked it on Google. I started at 11 stone 10 and in 2 weeks I have lost 6 pounds. So I am really, really happy with that, feeling great. And I'm going to come back and talk to you in the next segment about exercise and other stuff. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about the exercise that I've been doing this week. It has been a little bit sporadic, but I do think that I've stepped it up a little bit. So every day I try and walk up and down my stairs an absolute bare minimum of 20 times. One day I think I managed to do it 80 times, and then other days definitely less than that, but more than 20. And what else? It's kind of embarrassing, but I pick up soup tins and try and do a few arm things, but I just had a really pathetic week attempt at that a couple of times. I really need to get some kind of structure for sort of upper body. I think I want to get some little dumbbells and maybe just follow some YouTube videos. So upper body stuff is not brilliant still, and I think part of that is because I know that I'm quite weak, and I guess I'm scared and it's difficult and I don't like doing difficult things. But more cardio and lower body, I have definitely done quite a bit of, not quite a bit, a decent amount of walking. So yesterday, because we went to London, I ended up doing 14,000 steps, which isn't that much for a city trip for me, because I tend to prefer walking over tubes and stuff. However, I was with friends and we had limited time. We went to go and get some food and we went to go and watch Elton John. So there wasn't loads of time for walking about. So 14,000 steps, I'm really happy with that. Because also yesterday in the morning, I went for a bike ride. It was my first bike ride, proper bike ride, in maybe 2 years or so. I did do e-bikes with my boyfriend on holiday in Sicily, but obviously they help you up the hills and stuff, so it's not quite the workout that a real bike ride is. And I think that, yeah, it's been a while. I do really love bike rides. I don't know why I haven't done it. So yesterday, because the weather's so nice, and it is today as well, it's really sunny, because the weather was so lovely and I had the time, I took my bike out for my regular normal ride, which is, I think it's about 8 miles. It's very up and down, so it's quite challenging, especially the first one. I know from previous experience that I build up my strength in that department really quickly. So the first bike ride is always going to be really hard, but then when you do the second and the third, you realise it's becoming quite a bit easier. So yeah, it's very, very up and down, this bike ride, and I forgot to track it. I did put an app on my phone, Map My Ride, which I used to use, and I forgot to hit a start workout, which is so annoying. But I'm gonna maybe do one today as well and record that one. So I'm thinking, now that the weather's starting to get better, I can do more bike rides. It won't be long till I start paddleboarding, which I absolutely love, but I'm not a cold weather paddleboarder. It does have to be a nice day. So once although it's a really nice day and it's warm if you're standing in the sun with no breeze, if you do get a bit of wind, and I'm talking that wind, not bumhole wind, if you do get a bit of wind, then it does get quite chilly. And there's that risk of going in the water. I'm not one that really falls in, but you never know, and I don't want to risk falling into very cold water, getting cold water shock and dying, because that's not my near future plans, at least. So yeah, going forward then, this week, looking at the week ahead, what are my goals? I think if I can get 2 bike rides in, I have got the week off. I've got a few little plans, I've got a few appointments to keep, but nothing major. They're all quite short appointments. So I think that I can get and when I say 2 bike rides, hopefully 3, maybe more, you know, depending on the weather and me. So yeah, 2 bike rides I think. I'm going to get one in now, but we're not going to include that one. So 2 extra bike rides, and then keep doing the stairs thing. And I should really sort out something for working out the arms. So I think we'll work on that this week. We'll get a plan in place. So that is the exercise. Food-wise this week, I got really strong food suppression for the first 3 days, and you know, had to sort of like make myself eat, if you know what I mean, not make myself, but to realise that I need to eat and do something about that. And then after that, I did start to get more hunger, but what I discovered was that despite that hunger feeling, when I did eat, I was still full very quickly. So the jab was definitely still working in that regard. I am certain it really keeps my cravings at bay, but I just had a couple of little treats, a cream egg, what else? Can't remember. A couple of little treats anyway, enough, no binge eating at all whatsoever. You know, once I ate the cream egg, I was absolutely fine and dandy and happy with that. I was not tempted to go back and get another one. Although, to be fair, I wouldn't say that was me in recent years anyway. I certainly used to be a lot more of a binge eater when it came to the sweet stuff, but I do feel like I don't need as much sweet stuff these days, which is a good thing. I've got this massive bag of what they're called, they're like Doritos, are they nachos? They're Tesco's own, but I really quite like them. And I bought them when I started the jabs, maybe just before I knew they were coming, or about the time I just injected, I can't remember. Because I thought, yeah, I'm not doing keto anymore, I can have whatever I want, maybe I can have a few of these with melt some cheese on top. And they're still sat there, I haven't even been tempted to open the bag and have a few. So yeah, I really do love the effect that this has on my desire for naughty food and just my ability to feel full on less. And one major thing that I've learned is that I was massively overeating, and it's kind of embarrassing, because I thought I was being good, because I was, you know, I was almost a bit smug about being on keto and not eating all the sugar and the carbs and stuff. I felt a bit smug about that, but obviously I wasn't really losing much weight, or I'd lose it and then there'd be a holiday or Christmas, and then I'd go off the diet, gain the weight back. And yeah, looking back now, if I made myself a meal, I would have the meat of, you know, what 2 people should have, maybe even 3, and then salad. And I thought, that's how I can have all the extra meat because I'm not having the carbs. But it wasn't doing me any favours. I was clearly overeating on calories, and I was under moving. I wasn't exercising enough. My exercise was very sporadic. I wanted to exercise, I loved walking, but when it comes to winter, I am very sedentary, whatever, how you say it. So yeah, I am learning on this injection, so I think that's really good. Let me know if you've learned something about yourself, or just about your relationship with food or exercise, in the comments below. It'd be really interesting, because I feel like we all have our own issues and experiences, and these things affect us all in different ways. It would be really good to share and see if we can find people with some common experiences. I'm really happy with the results. I do know that I've lost quite quickly, but it is the first 2 weeks, and I just really hope that it's just steady, and I'm happy for it to be slow. Maybe I should up my calories a little bit, not really sure. I am checking on my body fat and my muscle mass on the Renfo scales, and I'm going to go into that on week 4, but I am losing a little bit of muscle mass. But I gained something good. I gained skeletal muscle, not loads, like 0.1 or something, so not a lot, but I feel like that's probably a good thing. I need to research and find out what that really means. But I did gain skeletal muscle, but I've lost subcutaneous fat, and I've lost visceral fat, which I'm confident are really good things. But I have also lost muscle mass. What's that? So I started at 96 pounds of muscle mass, and I'm now at 95.4. So I know that's not what we want, but I think when you lose weight, you're gonna lose some. Anyway, I'm no expert, so just ignore me on that. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as I say, do comment below and let me know how you're getting on. Bye. I thought I would just sneak on a little bit extra to the video just for a laugh. This happened on the scales after a bathroom visit, shall we say.